Hello everyone. This video is for grade 11, day 8, chapter 1, set. In this video, we are going to solve few questions based on Venn diagram. In day 7 video, we had a basic introduction of Venn diagram, right? So moving ahead with the same topic, let's try to solve question number 1. Question number 1 is draw the Venn diagram of the following set. This is my universal set, this is my set A and this is my set B. When I have to draw the Venn diagram, we know that universal set, we use a rectangle to draw a universal set represented by capital U. Then I have set A and set B. When you have question like that, first check the sets. Is there any relation between the given set? The elements of set B are 3 and 7, which is also present in set A. Is there any more elements in set B? No. That means that B is a subset of A. Now this is a case of subset. So how to represent subset? First I'll draw a circle in black, which is my set A, and then again I'll draw another circle which is inside my previous circle, and red circle is my set B. So this B is a subset of A because this lies inside it. Now what are the elements of B? 3 and 7. So I'll write the elements 3 and 7 inside the circle B. Now what are the elements of set A? 1, 3, 5, 7. 3, 7 already I have written. So there is no repetition of the elements. So what are the rest elements? That are 1 and 5. So I'll write 1 and 5. You can write anywhere, but that should be inside your circle A only. But it should not come in set B because 1 is not an element of set B. So 1 should be outside this red circle but inside this black circle. And what about the universal set? Now 1, 3, 5, 7 already I have used. So 1, 3, 5 and 7 already I have used. So the rest elements are 2, 3, 4. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8 you can represent anywhere, but that should be inside the rectangular one but outside the black circle, because 4 is not a part of set A. So you cannot write 4 over here, but it should be inside the rectangular box because this is a part of a universal set, right? So it is B is a subset of A over here. Let's talk about the next question, which is U is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Set A is 1, 3, 5. Set B is 2, 4, right? Now clearly it is very clear that there is no relation between A and B, that none of the elements of B are present in A, neither the element of A are present in B. So definitely they are disjoint set because A intersection B is equals to null. So definitely it's a case of disjoint set. In case of disjoint set, how to represent? We represent using two separate circles. So I have represented it like this. U is my universal set by a rectangular block. Black represents set B with elements 2 and 4 inside it. Red circle represent my set A with elements 1, 3, 5 and 6 and 7, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already I have represented. There is no repetition of elements. So only the left out elements are 6 and 7. So 6 and 7. If I have to reconvert it into universal set, then you will be writing all the elements because set A is a subset of universal set. Set B is a subset of universal set, right? So definitely you have to write like that. Moving ahead. This is my third question, that is U is this, A is this, B is this. Now first I have to find A minus B, then B minus A, and then A intersection B. These are the three questions which I need to solve. Let's solve it one by one. The first one is A minus B. Now how to represent? This is my universal set, right? Now is there any relation between A and B? 6 is present here, 6 is present here. Yes, only one elements which are common in both are the 6, which means that neither A is a subset of B nor B is a subset of A. So we can represent it using this, which I have told you in the previous video how to represent it, right? In that case, so we'll use two circles to represent set A and B. Red one is for set A and black one is for set B. It's not important to use colorful pen always to represent. Here I have used because you are the beginners, and that this will help you out to understand the concept in a better way. You can use a blue pen only to represent all the sets. But you have to be very careful while shading the area. For example, here A minus B is that set of all the elements which are present in A but not in B, right? So it will have, now the set B is 5, 6 and 7. 6 will lie in the common part. The rest two elements are 5 and 7. So I have represented 5 and 7 in B only. What about set A? 2, 4 and 8. So 2, 4 and 8 I have represented. What about universal set? In case of universal set, apart from 2, 4, 8, 6, 5, 7, the left out elements are only 1 and 3. So I have represented 1 and 3. I am not going to repeat other elements because that I have already represented in set A and B. So there is no repetition in case of Venn diagram also. Now A minus B is that I'll just shade this part, that is elements which are present in A but not in B. Similarly, these values are going to be same in all the cases because the sets are same. B minus A means that set of all the elements which are present in B not in A. So I'll shade this part. And A intersection B means that set of all the elements which are present in both, that is the common one. So I'll shade the common part, and here I have written also that is 6. As you can see from here also, I have solved it. I got the value from the Venn diagram also. I'm getting the same thing. So here I have cross-checked also. So this is how we represent set. Now let's solve a question based on that. There is a result, that few results which we are going to discuss. The first one is that for any set, this result we have discussed in last video, right? So this in this video we are going to prove this, how we are getting this. For any set A and B, prove that n of number of A union B, number of elements in A union B is equal to NA plus NB minus NA intersection B. This I have to prove. Now this is my set. As I told you to remember this, that A minus B, this portion, B minus A, this portion, and this portion is A intersection B. So you have to draw this diagram always. From the diagram itself, it is clear that if I talk about the entire portion, which is A union B, this is my set A and this is my set B. So if you have to write which one is which set. So if I have to find an A union B, which means this part number 1, this is my portion 1, this is my portion 2, and this is my portion 3. So if I'll add 1, 2, 3, then I'll get entire A plus B, right? N of A union B. So this is my, that is n of A minus B plus n of A intersection B plus n of B minus A. This I can write it like this. I hope nobody has confusion in this step. Now moving ahead, this is as it is I have written. Now what I have done, I have added n A intersection B and A intersection B and A intersection B. I have added the same and I have subtracted the same. If I'll do that, I don't think that there is going to be any difference in that. I'm just adding this portion and subtracting this portion extra. So n A minus B and A intersection B, if I'll add this, what I'll get? I'll get NA, because NA equals to 1 plus 2. So this is my 1, this is my 2. So this will be NA plus, similarly B minus A and this 3 plus 2. This is my 3, this is my 2. So 3 plus 2 is how much? NB, and minus this. So from here I have also written it, which whatever I am doing it, I have written it. So from there I can prove that NA union B is NA plus NB minus NA intersection B. See, what I have done here is that I have just added an extra term, which is NA intersection B, and I have subtracted the same term. Why I am doing that? Because if I'll add this, then I can get that portion number 1 plus 2 is set A and portion number 3 plus 2 is set B. So in that case, I need to write it in that form. I have done that. So if I'll do that, I'll get the answer in this form. Now, another question is that this is a corollary based on the above proof that NA minus B plus NA intersection B is NA. This is clearly from the above diagram that NA minus B and NA intersection B are disjoint set. Right? They are disjoint set, there is no common portion, and their union is only set A. So definitely n of A is equals to n of A minus B plus n of A A intersection B. That is 1 plus 2 equals to A, because they are disjoint sets. There is nothing common in between, and their union, which means n of A will be 1 plus 2. Similarly, n of B will be 3 plus 2. That is n of B minus A plus n of A intersection B. Here I am writing n before as a prefix, because here I am finding the number of elements. So n of B minus A and n of A intersection B. So these are the two corollary. Let's move to the second result, which is for any sets A, B, C, prove that prove that n of A union B union C is equals to a very important result. N of A union B union C is equals to n of A union B plus NC minus this. So I have to find the value of this. That what is the value of n A union B union C? What is the value of this? So if question is given like that, n of A union B union C, I can write it as, I can take this together. So n of A union B and then union C. Now at place of, I'll be using this formula that A union B is NA plus NB minus N A intersection B. Remember this formula? So now at place of A, I have A union B. So I'm just taking it as A. So it will be NA plus NB minus NA intersection B. So this is A union B plus NC minus NA intersection C. So this is how, based on this formula, these two is considered as one term and this is another term. So based on that, I have reach this step. Moving ahead, I can write we have n A union B. Then again I'll break this. So A union B is what? NA plus NB minus NA intersection B. So I have written the same. Rest all the terms NC and this are as it is, right? It was given that n A union B intersection C. So using distributive law n A union B intersection C, I can write over here that n A intersection C union B intersection C. This I have used distributive law. So using distributive law, let me write. So that distributive law. This step I have used using distributive law. Now when I solve this I'll get NA plus NB, this NC minus this NA intersection B, then minus this thing, that is, again I have n, suppose this is my one term, this is my term 2. So n term 1 union term B is what? N term 1 term B minus n term A intersection term B. This is my formula. Like again I'm using this formula. Term A term B is term A term B minus n intersection term A intersection term B. So this I'm using as 1. So using that formula, I'll break it again. So on breaking it, I'll get this. So once again, when I rewrite it, so this negative sign will come here. This bracket is removed. So this negative sign will come here. And this negative will become plus this. A intersection C intersection B, again intersection C, which means with intersection C is C only, right? That is the common element of C is C only. So it will be A intersection B intersection C. Doesn't matter whether it is written twice or thrice, it will be C only. So on solving this, if I write it in under the bracket, so I'll get NA plus NB plus NC plus N A intersection B intersection C. This I have moved here, minus N A intersection B plus N B intersection C plus N A intersection C. This is the result. This is the result of what? So at last, so this is the result of what? That is N of A union B union C equals to NA plus NB plus NC plus NA intersection B intersection C minus NA intersection B plus NB intersection C plus NA intersection C. This is the final result. So this you need to remember. A very important result. So this is my result. Now here one more last question, that if A and B are two sets such that NA equals to this, NB equals to this, and A union B equals to this, find the value of NA intersection B. Now we know the formula that NA union B equals to this much. So putting the value and A intersection B, if it will go to that side, RHS side, I'll get this will move to the LHS side, and this will move to the RHS side. This will become negative. So on putting the respective values, I'll get 12. So the value of NA intersection B is 12. So here I'm giving you few assignment question to practice at home based on today's topic. In the next video, we'll solve more question. Till then, take care and stay safe at home.